morning tea. Thanks for tuning into my tea tip. I got a couple questions about how to keep tea fresh and how long does it last. So basically it works just like any other kind of herb or spice that you have in your cabinet in the kitchen. It doesn't really go bad per se. It just loses its flavor, loses its nutritional quality and value over time. It does stay fresh depending on the tea for anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, and depending on how you store it. So first things first, let's talk about storage. So storage is really important for tea. Just like most biochemical compounds, it is sensitive to light. So you want to store your tea somewhere that's going to be dark, preferably inside a cabinet, inside an airtight container that doesn't expose it to light. This will preserve the quality and the freshness of the tea for the duration of the time that you actually have the tea. Now, I would recommend buying tea in quantities that you're going to drink it within the next 6 months. So if a pound is what you would go through for, say, your everyday morning black tea, then buy it in a pound. If you don't go through a pound in that 6 months, then ration that down to a quarter pound or a half pound or whatever you think you are going to finish in that allotted amount of time. And then, so you have different variances and different types of tea as well. So green tea isn't going to last as long as, say, a black tea, and that's partially because it's fully oxidized. So oxidation does help preserve it and make it last longer, as well as tight rolling and rolling it into balls. So for instance, with oolong tea, it is partially oxidized and it's also rolled tight, which means it's going to preserve that freshness, it's going to preserve the aroma and all of those different qualities, making it last and store longer, which is a great benefit. And that's why black teas, oolong teas can be stored anywhere from a year to 2 years and still be fresh and preserve their quality. So with green teas, white teas, you're looking at approximately 6 months. And you'll want to make sure, like I said, it's at room temperature, nothing over that. So we're not storing teas in the garage. We're storing them somewhere where it's a, room temperature, comfortable temperature for the leaves. You also want to think about, some tea leaves actually do better in colder temperatures. So for instance, matcha, you can store in the refrigerator or the freezer, and this will also preserve how long that the matcha lasts and how fresh it is. A lot like, spirulina and other different types of herbs that you would store in the refrigerator for your smoothies, you would also do for matcha, because matcha is a fine powder green tea, and you want to preserve that by storing it in lower temperatures. Any other point of view that I would like to say would be just make sure that it's well sealed, that it's an airtight container, and that you have thought about the quantity that you're buying. Other than that, that's my tea tip for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you have other questions, please let me know, comment below, and have a wonderful